Hey there, it's Farmer John. I'm here from Farm Marketing Solutions, where we strive to inspire and educate the next generation of farmers. And some of my content is inspirational and some of it is educational, and hopefully we marry the two. But today we have a fun topic. We're going to talk about something very specific and something very money-based. Let's talk about the cost of broiler chicken pasture equipment, your chicken tractor, your solar charger for your fence, your feed barrel and stuff. We're going to go over all those details in today's video. So there's a few things that you're going to need when you have your birds out in the field. You want to get water to them, you want to get feed to them, you want to keep them safe from predators, you want to have an enclosed shelter for them to live in. All of these things are going to cost you money, and even with that, as I spell it out, I realize that I don't have a hose on here, which you can get. I know the price of a hose at Home Depot, so we're going to include one length of 100-foot hose, assuming that we have a water source close by to our birds. So our field equipment, where I'm going to go over to the pastured poultry packet to just show you what my costs were. You have your fence. So with the chicken tractors, I have a length of electric line that's 6 inches up and 6 inches over from where the tractor is. So let's see if I can do this on camera. So this is the chicken tractor. This is the ground, the field. If you go 6 inches up and 6 inches over from the tractor, I have a single strand of electric running around the chicken tractor so that anything that was going to go in, raccoons, fisher cats, bobcats, ninjas, whatever, are going to hit that electrical line. And with the charger that I have, there's 9,000 volts in there, and they're going to get zapped, and it's going to keep my birds safe. Ask me how I know, because if I don't have that, raccoons get in, guaranteed. A little trash panda varmint, terrible. But when I don't have that, the birds are safe and I don't have any losses to predators. So that fence, really important to me. And you don't have to go really expensive. Like, you can spend roughly $20 to, we'll just say $30 on $2.50 fence posts, and then a single strand of poly wire. You only need it for as long as you're gonna, or for as many chicken tractors as you're gonna encompass. And maybe you built it out where you don't even need this at all. I'm going over my expenses in this, so bear with me as I kind of all over the map here. So my fence, we're gonna say cost me $20. We're gonna get that $30 out of there. For $2.50 fence posts and some wire, 20 bucks. My fence charger, little more expensive, and let me explain. So I use the Premier PRS Solar Energizer. It's a box that has a solar panel on it, goes to a DC just 12 volt battery, which goes to a charger, and that charger breaks up that direct current into little zaps, and it puts out 10,000 volts. They run, I think, like 350 bucks. They're expensive, but for me, one batch of broilers, one batch, that's not even my entire year, one batch grosses me roughly $5,000. And if that fence charger keeps all of my birds safe, and that fence charger lasts for 10 or 20 years, then I've recouped that cost. So yes, this is expensive. Yes, there are alternatives. Yes, Premier is my favorite brand to buy stuff from like this. That's just a thing. It's an investment I made because I do this at a larger scale. So feed storage. I get my feed in 50-pound bags. I can't do it in bulk with the limitations of my area. So I have to buy it in 50-pound bags. I get it in, and then I bring those bags out into the field. And I don't want to bring bags out every single time. I want to just bring it out once with the buggy and then not drive on the field going forward. So I have the 55-gallon drum, and I found this on Craigslist where it was about 35 bucks. And it was a recycled drum with a nice tight fitting lid that had organic peach syrup in it back in the day, but it was all cleaned out and nice. This guy John in Vernon, Connecticut, was like super cool. He's got a really crazy backyard with all these barrels and things. But I have 35 bucks. When that feed barrel gets empty, I roll it forward to the next rotation point where the birds are headed, and once in a while I go out and fill it up. But 35 bucks keeps my feed dry and out of the weather and accessible, so it's right near where my birds are. The chicken tractor itself, this is going to be a point of contention in the YouTube comments. When I initially built my first chicken tractor, I built a lot of them, and I bought a lot of materials at once. So it was about 165 bucks. These are going to range depending on the chicken tractor that you build, anywhere from $150 to $500, depending on what materials you use, where you source it from, how big you want it, how many birds you expect to fit in it, how zhuzhy you want your hinges on your doors. But I detail all that out in the stress-free chicken tractor plans. We're gonna use $165 as a benchmark. And then for me, for a no kink hose at Home Depot, because I have like 20 of them on the farm, they're about $35 a pop. You get a couple seasons out of them, but all in all, it's pretty, I mean, it's a good investment. To get hose to my chicken, or water to my chickens, I run a hose out from a water point, leave it at the birds. I turn it off when I'm not using it. I turn it on when I'm going to use it. Before I water the birds, I let the water that was sitting in the hose drain out, because if it was sitting in the sun, maybe it's a little funky. And then when that fresh water comes through, and you can feel it because it gets colder, you give the birds that water. So these are all of our expenses for field equipment for birds raised on pasture and chicken tractors. So our grand total, and this is gonna shock you, $605. But all of this stuff to get started, you don't need to spend all this money, or you can, up to you. But once you spend it, you have it, and it's good. And you can raise a lot of chickens with just this. And some of those things, like the fence charger, the feed barrel, the fencing itself, those are big expenses. Like the fence charger was more than half of this cost. That works. I run anywhere from 8 to 12 chicken tractors in a row, and that covers all the chicken tractors, even in long grass. That Premier solar charger just blows through any tall grass and has kept my birds safe. So this is an initial investment that can be amortized out if you have a clever accountant. It's not a lot of money. It will be a lot of money to some people. It's not a lot of money to get started in all of this. And yeah, that's all I got as far as the total cost of field equipment. So here comes the plugs. If you want to build one of my chicken tractors, you can find stress-free chicken tractor plans and build a Siskovich chicken tractor either on Amazon or farmmarketingsolutions.com. If you want to know more about the field equipment and the other infrastructure that you're going to need to get started in pastured poultry, you can buy the pastured poultry packet number 1, the economics of broiler chickens. This is going to detail out everything that I've ever spent money on for chickens, whether or not you need it, what my personal expenses are, and how to find what your expenses are going to be. This is available on the store on farmmarketingsolutions.com. Now, if you're following along in this pasture poultry packet number 1 series, tomorrow, the 4th installment of this thing, whatever it is, we're going to talk about affordable chicken hatcheries. What are some of the questions you need to ask yourself when you're looking for a hatchery to source your birds, either for meat or for eggs? These rules kind of apply. But we're gonna go over that in the next video. Thanks for taking the time to stop in. Head on over to farmmarketingsolutions.com for all of our fun time goodness. And even if you just wanna say hi, just send me a message, tell me hello, and I hope you have a great day. Until next time, I'll see you guys out in the field.